we're going to continue artwork on the Eberron adventure that we're going to be publishing. Crystals of Mabar for level 8 characters set in Karnath. If you're familiar with Eberron, you know. So give me a second here to check my signal, and then we're going to get to work. So hold on real quick here. Yep, sounds pretty solid to me. Cool. Hey, I just posted that I'm live on Twitter. If you want to find out when I'm live in the future, you can follow me on Twitter at Phil Kearney. Better yet, you can like and subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notifications directly from YouTube when I go live, such as now. So who am I? Hey, my name's Phil Kearney. I create role-playing game supplements. I publish them online. I've been focusing my attention on 5th edition as of late. Obviously, Crystals of Mabar here. The adventure that we're building. In the mornings, we've been doing page art for the Spelljammer supplement that we'll be publishing for the Spelljammer setting. Spelljammer Combat and Exploration is the book. On Tuesdays, we do mechanical design for martial powers, alternate magic systems for martial characters. Full casters need not apply. Go away. So, yeah, you can check. There's a slew of links down below of books that I've already published. You can check them out if you think they're cool. Consider purchasing some. They're all like at 30% off right now, I think, because of the DMsGuild sales. So this is a great time to pick up some cool stuff. About 150 different illustrations among the books that are listed down below. And I don't know, Bob's your uncle. So let's see. Let's get to work here. I'm having an off day. Like, subscribe. There's a bell icon. Yeah, so here's the cover that we built back around episode 40 of this stream. You can check out the playlist for more. But we're going to start something new today. I only have an hour, so I'm going to put 20 minutes on the block. It's a short session for me tonight. So I figured let's do some character art. Something light and loose, something I don't have to think too much about, that I can have a little bit of fun with. As usual, we're going with a 300 by 300 pixels square. That's a 1 inch or 1 square on the 5-foot scale token for loading it into a VTT, or if you want to print it out, we'll have a black and white version for you so it's easier on your printer. But let's see. I think we're gonna go with. Let's go with Town Sheriff. I forgot the sheriff's name, but he's a dwarven guy. So we're gonna drop our pixels down to, what is that? 1? That's 1. Just gonna do some sketching here. Chirp, 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 chirp. Is that really 1? Yeah, it is. Okay. Oh, that's why. It's a weird tool. Yeah, there we go. There, 100%. Right. Just gonna, I don't know, just be light and loose tonight. So if you got anything going on, let me know. I'm just gonna chill here and just build stuff out. Kind of just be light and loose to let the muse guide us where we go. Not try to think too hard about what we're doing. We've been doing cartography for this adventure for like the past 100 episodes, and quite frankly tonight I just need a change of pace. Burnout on large projects is always a risk, so to avoid it, follow your instincts and just get out of here, Creative Cloud. No one wants you. So when the muse says let's do something different, we're gonna do something different. Did I lock up already? No, there's no way. Thank you. Nope, I do not want that. Just doing some loose doodles here. This is just kind of a loose sketch method that I've developed for character art over time. It blocks in the space without really thinking about where or when we're at, and And then something will just emerge from it. So I'm going to drop down the opacity here and then put something on top of it. I like, Small town, refugee village, folks that don't want too much attention being drawn to themselves. Perfect place to snatch people for a necrotic ritual where human sacrifice is necessary. What's a small town sheriff supposed to do? Well, you call for bigger authority. That's when the characters show up, the heroes of the adventure. Start asking some smart questions. You'll get villagers' help pretty quick. You can start bashing some skulls in the woods. Track down bad business to the unearthed military research facility that's hiding underneath the beneath the surface in the Carnwood Forest. Sometimes you just gotta. I have the village map that we've been working on for the past 12 sessions. It's coming along nicely, but I just needed to step away for a minute. And so when the muse tells you to do it, you do it. That way she'll keep playing with you without feeling like she's being pushed around or being demanded on too much. I like that. Posture, something loose and easy. Bunch of Karnath military showed up and it's been pushing people out of the forest. You got loggers and you got foragers out of the village that gather lumber and seeds and fruit, nuts. Probably not so much nuts. Seeds make sense though. Seeds and fruits, berries, etc. But if they're being pushed out, not much an unofficial Thorpe is going to be able to throw their weight behind, but when people start showing up missing and, you know, small nobody sheriff isn't getting any answers out of these military types, kind of have to escalate shit. So that's when they call in the this isn't a sheriff. He would be a constable. Sheriff would be an outrider that has a very large region along the eastern Karnath and into the Talinta Plains to the south. It's a broad territory because hasn't been much settlement during the war, but now that the war's over, a lot of displaced soldier types that don't have a home to go back to are starting to head out into the rugged wagons to start a new home, and a bunch of undocumented settlements start cropping up, and a lot of these places have people that don't really want anyone to ask about their history, either because of them not wanting to deal with it or because they're posing to be somebody they aren't really. And honestly, a lot of people just don't ask questions. Hey, Nitro. Yeah, I'm starting. I just my heart told me not to worry about the village tonight, so it's not done. I need to finish it, but the muse wants me to do character sketches, so that's what we're doing tonight. And I only have an hour, so I figure let's just do some light doodles. But yep, character art. I did maybe like around, I want to say like around episode 10, I was doing character sketch art for the leads, the contacts that the characters would have for different leads that lead them into the handlers, or connections or sources of hooks that would lead the characters into the adventure. And it's just been such a long time since I've done anything other than cartography. It was just time to stir the pot a little bit so that the muse would stay happy with the project. So we got a long way to go. A long way to go to get this thing finished. I think Root and Toot and Gunslingers are going to be more fun than laying down tile any day. Yeah. You know, right? That's kind of the attitude. I'm not sure what kind of a symbol the sheriff, a constable would use in a, somewhat illegal refugee village, but I figured something like a shield made sense. So that's what we're going with on his hat. Go with some line here. How you doing tonight, Nitro? I'm gonna do kind of a duster sort of look to this guy, but I'm gonna try to lean towards a studded leather sort of look to it. I don't care if studded leather isn't real. I think it's cool. I mean, I'm a big fan of Brigadine. Don't get me wrong. And Lamellar is cool too, but just. I don't mind fantasy shit. It doesn't have to be real. I always fancied myself as an elf, but I think I kind of rumble-tumble like a dwarf myself. Doing just fine. Hey, great. So next week you get to play in District Boys. Oh, how fun is that? You're like, that's badass, dude. when the Spelljammer book is finished, I want to do some. I think I want to run a weekly dungeon crawl using martial powers. Like recruit some folks that want to play one of the 7 classes that are supported. Just to do some like hex crawl and just mega dungeon random generator type stuff. Just for shits and giggles and just to. I've been playtesting at 18th level now. So it's like 12th to 18th level for like 9 months in that project. I'd like to go back to the first tier just to get a refresher on how it feels, to make sure everything still feels copacetic. But next in another month, my current campaign isn't going to conclude, so that kind of means I need to rally up another team, which probably means I'll have to drop either Monday or Thursday night streams so that I can have a game going. But my heart's telling me I should be running some low engagement one shot sort of stuff. So if that's where my heart's leading me, I want to follow. So honestly, the more closely I can follow the heart, the more happy I'm going to be when I go to sleep. And I know there was a slew of people that were interested in running games with me again, so. Shit, maybe I'll start stitching together a Dragonlance campaign, and just do some command system, but ask people to use martial powers for their. Well, it's a military campaign, and there are 7 classes that can use the powers, so it's not a horrible idea. Like have artificers and some warlocks on the team for the spell support, and if you really need some healing, like I feel like get so excited. Oh, man. You want to put your Discord server to use for testing martial powers? I'd be more than happy to participate. Right on, dude. We'll see. It's coming together. So I'll definitely keep you in the loop, man. But yeah, a martial power driven Dragonlance army campaign. Fuck, that kind of sounds fun, right? I mean, it'd be shit maps. Like it's gonna be like my actual campaigns are complete garbage tier maps. Like, don't expect shit. The only real production quality I put into is stuff I sell. Like my own table gets like shit scraps. Well, I mean, if I do push this thing towards Dragonlance, then I'd be motivated to have some decent stuff. At least it would eventually convert into like real project. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. So, but I'll definitely keep you in tap. The thing I love about a military campaign is that if the team is in charge of a platoon and your character dies, you just recruit the next guy up in rank, just like you would in an actual war situation. Sergeant's dead, corporal, you're the new sergeant. First private, you are the new corporal, and whoever's stuck their neck out the most or really shown steps up into first rank first class private to be next to ascend. So you would literally be carrying your replacement characters around with you, and since it is a military campaign, it's not about your character arc. It's about the goals that your platoon can accomplish for the army. So, like, that's something that 5e doesn't really jive well with, because it's so committed to you're a special flower narrative, and really divests away from disposable heroes. But that's my favorite type of play, man. Like, when you don't give a fuck about your character. Then you're not. Then you're. You know. Do you want to live forever? No, you want to go to Valhalla. Let's have a glorious death. That's the kind of campaigns that I enjoy, where I can have a chance to explore different ideas and play with different builds, because next week this guy could be dead. So that just gives me a chance to tap into something else, you know. Anyway, that's me. That's me. I'll be using Roll20. I won't be using any Excel spreadsheets for mapping on this. It'll be a live play. Back in the day, before there was virtual tabletops, there was we had to email each other the Excel spreadsheets with because you put a background. Like, oh my god, what am I doing here? Shut up. Oh my god. Nargadob. Let's do that. I'm a little concerned about what Wizards is going to do with the DMsGuild space, but I can't play scared. Shit, I could do a spell jam or something. That wouldn't be bad either. I don't know. Move forward or use what we built, you know? I'm not sure which way I'd want to play it. Something, though. We'll do something. Just not like a random mega dungeon. Honestly, sounds like a lot of fun. I've been wanting to do a Ravnica hex crawl for years now, and I've never had the excuse to do it. But I also want to go back to Descent into Avernus and fuck around with those tools too. God. You know what I need? I need to do this shit for a living. I can't afford to spend fucking 40 hours a week doing some stupid data analysis job. I need to quit that shit and do this book stuff for a day job so I can have my night free so I can be a fucking DM again. That sucks. It sucks having to split my time between product production and gaming. I mean, if I quit my job, my team would be pissed off because my current 18th level campaign is coworkers and we play at lunch. So you're like, what the hell, Phil? But at the same time, you know, I got to look out for me. So this is a formal request to the universe. Don't fire me. Just give me so much money that I don't have to go to work anymore. That way I can start doing this for my living, and I can start having Mondays and Thursdays. Because I could stream for like 6 hours a day, and then have my Mondays and Thursdays free to run campaigns. Oh, Jesus Christ, that'd be awesome. Hey, Hornetica. I have learned that your favorite kind of character to build and play is extremely neurotic, risking life and limb for the ridiculous ideals. My problem is that I want them to win despite their actions. Yeah, man, that's a good problem to have. I'm on board with you, dude. My favorite Gamma World campaign was a character that I just did not care if he would live from session to session. And the bastard just would not die. It was great. It was great. room turned into lava. Somehow he mutates into not being, to being resistant to fire. So he survives that round. Silly stuff, man. Gamma World's some gonzo shit, though. If the 4th edition in particular was really crazy. 2nd and 3rd edition were pretty cool way back in the 80s. But the 4th edition that they came out with WotC, it was actually pretty good. It was super light and loose. Like it was like literally the 4E engine, like the GSL engine, but they just built it into the Gamma World instead of D&D. That fit. Like that was narratively, the 4E engine for Gamma World was just exquisite. It was perfect. Made complete sense. Never questioned it in a moment. But it was such a gonzo game. It was like it took like 4 minutes to make a character and you were good to go. So like just suiciding your character, it was like completely random generation. Like, are you going to be a bug, a plant, a genetically modified human, a wasteland mutant, stuff like that. And then you would roll random. You roll your stats, and then you'd block in your stats. You'd have one skill, and then you'd have a mutant power, and then a piece of gear. And then you're good to go. There you go. In that game, in the 4E version of Gamma World, every time you rolled a 1, you'd spontaneously mutate, and whatever mutation you had previously was like a one-shot item, kind of like ciphers in the cipher system. You could use your mutation once, and that was it, and it was gone. And as your character gained level, you gained powers that were permanent, but you had a floating mutation. So every time you rolled a 1, you would randomly mutate, replacing your current mutation with just a random 1. And if you didn't use that mutation before you rolled the natural 1, you'd lose the option to use that. So basically it was find the soonest excuse to use that power, because you could only use it once, and you never know when you're going to roll another 1 again. And every time you use a mutant power, it had a die roll with it. So when you use the mutant power, you could roll a 1, completely fuck up using that power, but get a new power as a result of it. It was great. Oh god, it was so great. It was very pre-Cypher, It was like 2007, I want to say. Super fun. Super fun. This guy's coming along pretty nicely. I like doing character sketches like this. At this point, I've done so much character art in my days that just doing character sketches feels a lot like doing landscape work. It's just organic, flowy type stuff. Finding cool postures, getting attitude out of things, letting happy accidents happen, not really care about where the pen goes, and just let the muse dance. It's a lot of fun. Very light and free for me. Very relaxing. I'd like vehicle and mecha art to get that loose and free for me, so I can really dive into a mecha book. I don't know. What would you guys want to do more? Play a Dragonlance campaign? Do a Spelljammer or something, or just a random Ravnica hex crawl. Ravnica hex crawl. The scenario in the Ravnica hex crawl. It's a color mana system thing that I've been playing with, where each hex in the hex crawl is a different color, and it'd be randomly generated, and it'd be in the rubble belt where all the city has been destroyed by landworms. So it's just rubble, and each hex that you move into would be a random color. And you could attune to that hex so that you can gain advantages if you have mana that coincide that's devoted to the same color as the hex that you're inside of. So when you're hex crawling, depending on what colors you guys chose for your mana supply, would help decide do I want to go this way or this way. Like if you're a bunch of Simics and Izzet characters and you have a blue hex ahead of you or a black hex over there, it's like you'd want to go to the blue hex because both Simic and is that use blue mana, so you'd be able to attune to that land while you're there and gain advantages on your spells and in your mana pools. But like if you had a Dabir among you, then you might want to angle your way into the black mana so that you can gain leverage with your black pool. But that's one thing. And then there's the Spelljammer. I have no idea what that'd be. Probably like maybe like a random asteroid mining operation sort of thing where you're fighting pirates and raiders and doing random dungeon delves into asteroids to harvest them for minerals, and then have you'd have a mining guild where your ships would be supplying protection and resources to fund the mining operation. So you send a spelunking team in to dig out any creatures that could harm your miners. And once they're out, then the miners come in and they start extracting resources. And that would then provide you with additional funds for you to expand your mining operation. Meanwhile, there's rivals and pirates and zealots and stuff that would want to fight you over shit. And that's one option. And then, of course, there's the Slumya war campaign for Dragonlance. I think those are the three paths that I would want to run, because those are all things that, I mean, I've invested a shitload of time in Spelljammer, so obviously I want to get some mileage out of that, so I'm motivated there. I want to do Dragonlance, so I'm motivated there. And I want to do the Rebel Belt Hexcrawl campaign, so I'm motivated there too. These are a few of my favorite things. Hey Shiner, it's good to see you, my guy. So the kind of lead an army campaign that would be most interesting, I think, would be playing as Devil Commanders invading the material. I like the cut of your jib. The were-dwarven sheriffs with loaded pipes. They're a risk to friend and foe. There. Forward his arm a little bit to create some a little less foreshortening issues. There. I love this guy. Holy crap. I fall in love with character art way too quickly, man. Way too quickly. It's just a lot of fucking fun to do. That's why I thought it would be a lot of fun to, like, you know, be an original character commission artist, but I don't know. Maybe it was just weird karma or something. I just kept getting like weird ass just characters I wasn't interested in. Like, keep me away from your weird furry thing. It's just not my bag. But I mean, you could replace furry with almost anything that you find distasteful, and you'll get the sense. It's not just necessarily furries. I don't have a problem with doing anthropomorphic animals. It's what they want me to dress them as, or what they want me to have them do, that starts to create the problems for me. So, like, if I'm not proud to put it in my portfolio, I'm not going to take your gig. And I know that I could make a tremendous amount of money with the skill set that I have doing the kind of art that people are willing to pay a lot of money for because they can't get anyone else to do it, but I don't think I want to be that guy. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Rei Ayanami and Asuka Langley as much as anyone else does, but not like that. how much more of this do I really need to do? The answer is not that much. There, his feet are here. I'm a dwarf. I've got itty bitty legs. Catch you off at the knees? What knees? I'm a dwarf. I don't even have jointed legs. Just got little stumps. No. I'm just gonna make that a duster instead. That's just wrong. I could give him a skateboard. Watch Phil get canceled in like 3 jokes. Now I have skateboard riders and stumpy people angry at me. What do you mean by stumpy people? What do you mean by stumpy people? That's my skateboard, you bastard. Canceled. Right on, Hornetico. Well, I'm not here for long tonight. I'm only here for an hour, so I got like 25 minutes. So if you're out, and I'll see you. I'm sure sooner than later, dude. I'm just glad that you swim by. As always, it's cool to see you. Do that. Yeah, we can do that. Let's do that. This dude's looking pretty hoss, man. No, lost it. Gotta go back. There you go. Fuck yeah, dude. This guy looks cool as shit. I'd play this guy in a heartbeat, man. Speaking of weird furry characters, we are speaking of weird furry characters. The dancer I'm playing next week is a peacock. Oh, fun! But as for that's so perfect for it. As for what they're wearing, yeah, okay. I'm total diva, but it's a. Oh, really? How fun! Make a good character in my head, but I do know that they have star-shaped shades. What? Well, I mean, if they're a peacock character, they're going to have feathers, right? Why don't you just go with body glitter and stars and just let the feathers do the coverage? You can go, I don't know if you're going exotic dancer or not, but it is a peacock after all. I don't know. You'll think of something. That's where my brain goes, but that's the kind of commissions I was being asked to do all the time. So, cheers. Tip in my hand, don't mind me, don't mind me. There. Yeah. Fun sketch, man. We'll actually call him Dwarven Constable. I forgot his name. It doesn't. Fred. Who cares? You know, it's not like it's not like that's actually important. Trash. I can respect an aficionado of anthropomorphic purity, but my D&D characters all generally wear pants, at least. Hammer pants? Or you could do a hakama so that there's room for tail plumage. That'd be kind of cool. You could go kimono peacock. That doesn't sound too far wrong. Let's see. We're gonna work on next. Next, we're going to work on the. Let's just start spin doodling again. I have no idea what I'm doing right now. This is how it always begins. I just do spin doodles like that, and then I drop the opacity, so that becomes what's the word I'm looking for? It becomes a thought without form. Perfect timing. Let's see. Saying something here? God damn it. Now you got me thinking about peacocks. That's not the right character. I'm lost somewhere inside of this dancer peacock Wild West space, and I'm ending up making cabaret dancers. Fucking A. Wrong campaign, Kearney. Stay on course. That's interesting. Okay. I can see you. I see you. I see something. Cheers. I'll be interested to see what you end up doing. Oh, fucking A. You're in, sister. This is the town, the village mayor. She's a hedge mage. So she's got some minor healing capability and has some sagery. You know, if I only got 20 minutes left today. Got a love doing character art. Just fucking love it. Especially when I don't have any like if I can just free flow like this. Just absolutely in love with it. She's got this little journal that she has the habit of writing in. So I'm gonna have like a little quill here. Hey, put your mind from Peacocks. I'm playing North Genocide Gunslinger in another campaign. He's from somewhere. Has a mix of Australia and Egypt vibes. That's super cool. When I played a lot of Werewolf the Apocalypse, always liked. Fuck, I'm completely blanking. I'm completely blanking the tribe, but they were like Egyptian, like. They're like Labradors, like Egyptian-based Labradors. I can't remember the breed, but they were long runners. They would travel the Umbra between continents as kind of messengers to stay in touch with people. They were fun. Nomads. I can't remember the name of the clan offhand, but. I don't know, there's something about Egypt I just like. I always get a weird energy vibe. Like, it's got to be the pyramids. Not to be too... what's the word I'm looking for? Stereotypical. It's just a lot of energy, a lot of just palpable energy. I've never been to Egypt, but it's just the vibe I get off of the culture. Let's take that. And then do that. There. Here today, gone tomorrow. It's all the same. I'm feeling sick. I'm feeling numb. I will be done. Hey, Coachable. How are you? I think you're new to the stream. Welcome. I'm not on long for tonight, but I'm here almost every day. So we're just doing some Eberron character art for an adventure. 7th, 8th level characters. That's in Karn Karnath. It's an undead themed adventure. This is a there's a bunch of refugees from the last war settled in along the Carnwood, which is rumored to be haunted, and so that makes sense when a bunch of undead come and attack the town. But right now I'm just sketching out some of the NPCs that are in that town for you to get to know and feel bad when they get killed by a bunch of ghouls and crystal encrusted undead. And I'll have to be doing the ghouls and the all the undead that's involved with that, as well as the tainted creatures, like all the plant creatures and the demons and stuff like that that you eventually start running into once you find your way into the pits. But I do Eberron artwork, either this or maps, on Mondays and Thursday nights, typically for 2 hours. But I've got some business to attend to tonight that's gonna cut my stream down short. Monday through Friday morning I do, and then on Monday mornings I do artwork for the Spelljammer combat and exploration supplement that we'll be publishing. So that's done. So now we're just doing the page art for that, and once the page art is done, then we'll be able to publish on DMsGuild. So that's coming along nicely. And then on Saturday I do commissions, and right now Joseph Vargas commissioned me to do a book cover for his upcoming role-playing game. So it's about Yggdrasil descending from the heavens onto Earth and unleashing elemental and plant spirits to destroy humanity as they attempt to poison the Earth with industrial revolution. So it's kind of a low-tech man versus hostile demon nature sort of campaign setting with I think it's a D6 pool system that he's building. I'm not positive yet, but I don't know all the details. But that's the gig. So I do that Saturday morning. So I stream for a couple hours, typically 6 days a week. And then on Tuesdays we do game mechanic development for right now we're focused on martial powers, which is an alternate magic system for martial characters. Full casters don't get to benefit from it, though we used a spell point resource that all characters can use, so you can have a unified mana pool, and we can once we finish the subclass rebuilds that we're doing for the barbarian, fighter, and rogue. Once we finish all those subclasses, then we'll start building like examples of multi-class, like Sorkadins using this system and stuff like that. Yeah, we talk trash. Stick around, man. More than welcome. There's a journal in the adventure that the characters, if there's two scenarios to the village. There's show up there while they're still alive and get to know them, and then feel bad when they're killed by undead, or get there after the undead has already killed them. And if you go with scenario B, then there's the town mayor here keeps this little journal about what's going on in town, so that the team has clues and information to lead them further. And since it's 8th level, if you or 7th or 8th level, you can cast Speak with Dead, and basically you can use the journal as a resource. The DM can use the journal as a resource to inform any kind of question answers that the players may have. You can just refer to the journal for like recent events, what's going on, to also act as a lead. So we try to build into the capabilities of the team and use those as potential plot hooks and expectations. Like, instead of it derailing the campaign, you want to think about how do these things push them further into the game. Because if you encourage them to spend their resources, then you're doing a great job as a DM, because our job as a DM is to exhaust their resources and then push them further. like make them try to conquer enough stuff so that they can get through everything in a day, and they feel good when they burn out all of their resources. But if they grind down to nothing, then they're at risk, and they have to start thinking smart. So if the DM gets into a habit of burning down their resources often, I find teams become a lot more tactical and thoughtful about how they're planning their day, because they need consequences. You know, you got to have consequences, otherwise, it's difficult to take the threats seriously. And once the team is committed to the campaign in general, that's when they start caring about the characters. Like, I need you as a resource. I should probably figure out what makes you tick so that you'll give me more. So that kind of shit. This is seriously cool. Hey, thanks. Yeah, NPCs are fun, man. Super fun. This is just like a light sketch method that I do. I don't really think about what it is that I'm doing. Like we'll do. Like, we'll start off with a loose splotch of line art, and then we'll evolve into something, and then we'll push it further, and then we start to pull shapes out of the mess from here into here, just because of where like the lines are lining up. Like, I got this like shoulder bustier front posture sort of feeling going on here, so that's where this developed out of. And then from there, then we do another layer to help clean up that line art a little bit, and then we'll drop in color underneath it, comic book style, later on. But I like Keith Baker's take, oh god, what is it? Threshold, the Threshold campaign book that he was. I think he's still gonna publish it, but he's moving out of the DMsGuild at this point. He's feeling a little burned as a result of all the OGL nonsense. So he's using that as an opportunity for him to move on to bigger, better things. But there's so many of us that love Eberron that it'll never stop. There's too many good creators that love Eberron, and it's such an expansive world. It's so fun. Eberron is my default campaign setting. As much as I love Ravnica and like love Spelljammer and stuff like that, it's Eberron is it's been my home since like 2007. So it's just a fun go-to place for me. Unfortunately, I'm going to be shutting down here in a few minutes, but I'll be back in the morning. I don't know if we're going to continue working on the Damselfly creation spell, or if we're just going to, we might just move on to another portion of the book and start sketching out some more Spelljammer shit. I honestly don't know where we're going to go. Whatever the muse wants me to do, that's what we're going to do. As always, it's her choice. I'm just the implement that she's found to be able to express what she likes. So this is a 300 by 300 pixel space, so it's only 1 inch, but these are tokens, right? It's just character art tokens, so it doesn't really need to be. I can probably just go like that and cut it there. I'm gonna trim into this a little bit, but yeah, we'll see where tomorrow takes us. Pardon. Always late. This is a rare night. Normally I'm on for 2 hours. It's just I've got stuff on my plate tonight that I normally wouldn't. So like and subscribe, stick around. You can actually follow me on Twitter if you want at Phil Kearney. I always post when I'm live on Twitter, but you know, bell icon and stuff like that on YouTube will give you a shout out when I go live again. But we're definitely show up on Saturday if you like landscape stuff, because we're going to be doing some Bob Ross painting for that Yggdrasil painting. I'm looking forward to that. Kind of got like a Ghost in the Shell sort of feeling going on here. Some Kasaragi. That feels pretty fun. Put a little belt in here. If you check out my channels, I did probably about 60 episodes of me doing NPC token art like this for the Light of Xeraxis. I do a conversion guide with the Spelljammer combat and exploration mechanics that we built out. The proof of concept on how that the mechanics actually work. We prove it by converting the Light of Xeraxis adventure into the combat and exploration mechanics that we introduce, so that you can use the tools that we provide for you in the campaign in a ready to go Spelljammer adventure that Wizards already published. So like the mass combat system that we were working on, like I talk about it, been considering building out Dragonlance into the proof of concept for that. We were originally using Descent into Avernus for the mass combat system, so that the characters could create a third faction in the Blood War while you're trying to defend Elturel from invasion, while you go out and collect resources from making deals with different devils and factions to accumulate troops and resources so that you can better defend the city. But then Dragonlance happened. It's like, well, that's literally, it's supposed to be a war campaign, but they don't have any war mechanics. They built a fucking board game instead of building 5e mechanics. Apparently they spent 2 years building that board game, if I understand the interview correctly, which is a moron's task, because they could have just built good 5th edition mass combat that would have ended up selling a shitload more than a $92 board game. So one of the things I want to do is take our combat system and redo the board game so you could use our mass combat rules instead of the board game. Just take all the objectives and obstacles in the board game and convert it into our mass combat system. So you save yourself $100 and buy this thing instead. So that's the dream. I am officially in overtime. I'm not supposed to be here anymore, but I can't quite let this girl go yet. I need to finish what the muse wants me to do, and then she'll let me go. So maybe another 5 minutes or so. Thing is, I don't want this gal to be too pretty, but I want her to be slim. She's in a rugged life, so she's gonna be fit. But if she's too pretty, then she's going to be compelled to have an easy life because she'll have suitors. So you wanna ride that charisma 9, 10, 11 mark to be her own self-made person. Otherwise, life gets too easy. At least that's the narrative that goes on with the character here. I mean, obviously, everyone has their own tale. What's that? Poor Nitro. Hey, Get Up. What up, my dude? I do not see you here often. Didn't always chat a lot in your live streams. Just wanted to let you know, hey, like having you in the background while I'm working on my own projects. Keep up the great. Thanks, Kat. Really appreciate you. Thank you. You keep doing what you do, dude. Cypher's the fucking bomb. I ran an Eberron campaign using Cypher for about a year before deciding on playing 5th edition. We just finally bailed out of 3rd, and we were kind of looking around. We didn't want to commit to 5th edition yet, so yeah, we just basically took the core mechanics out of the Numenera book and like built a Thri-kreen sharpshooter using Chachka as his weapon of choice with extra arms, which really didn't do anything other than flavor text, but it ended up being a it was perfect. Numenera was perfect because the campaign ended up focusing around finding old Warforged bunkers that had been that were supposed to be decommissioned, but they got lost in the fold during the 500 years of war. Their locations got lost, so they had these AI systems that still thought that they're at war. So the team would go in, break open the bunker, break past the defense cannons and all the AI and robot tech that defended the bunkers. And once they could crack past that, they could actually get into the bunker, and then they'd have to hack out and then convince the AI to be on their team. And then it would open up the facility to them, and they could use that as a base of operation to rest in, while they like would go through these like different ravines, like these mountains that would separate one nation to another. There'd be mountain passes, and the mountain passes were just coated with Warforged bunkers and turrets and sentry robots, and it was just a fucking nightmare to go in there. And one of the bunkers led into Kyber, and so a cabal of Illithid had taken over one of the AIs, and so it was using that as a nesting spot, and so the team had to fight Illithid for a while, and once they were able to get out of that, then they started fighting. About that time, we decided to switch over to 5e, so we let that go. But we were doing a lot of it was a fucking fun campaign. Cypher is such a loose, easy system. Started a series of deep dive videos. Oh, no kidding! I haven't got those yet. Yeah, well, I think 5e's treating you pretty well, right? I mean, why go where the food is? You got people that are going to appreciate you for what you're doing, man. You gotta just lean into that. There you go. There, she's just about. I think she's just about done. I got a kick. All right, that's pretty good. I'm gonna do that. We might be back. We might be back doing cartography on Monday. I don't know. We'll see. This has been a lot of fun, though. Have not done enough Eberron character art. I love the noir, Wild West, 1930s sort of vibe that just kind of permeates the campaign. It's fun. It's like, yeah, it's a decent sketch. And it's all sketchy shit right now, you know? Trash. Thorpe. I can't remember any of these dudes' names. It's been too long. But there's the mayor. There's the constable sheriff type guy. Badass. Yeah, we'll probably start doing the Emerald Claw Zealots like Karen and Solzu, the Houndsmen, Commander Carl. We got all those dudes in there. But yep, that's it for now. So I'll go ahead and catch it. I haven't even saved this yet. Yes, please save to my computer. Thank you. Let's see. Where do we want to take this? Book creation. That's right. Random encounters. 5D 100. Crystal Water. Oh, that's what it is. Storm of the Frozen Heart. Right, we were talking about this. If you check out the color mana bundle that I have down below, I mean, you can buy it if you want. Fuck off. But the point is that if you check out, if you go into it's a bundle of a bunch of books. And here, I'll show you real quick. There's a point to this, but before I bounce, go down here and here. 5 color mana spell point variant rules, MTG to D&D. Here's the bundle, but most importantly, the core mechanics book here. Go down into the description. When I first built this, there was a Nerdarchy article about it. Questwise was talking about. Oh, there it is. Babies with Knives. Hold on. It's supposed to work. Apparently, it doesn't. DMsGuild is kind of picky about links that it allows. But let's go to here. Let's see. Tap and tap burn. Magic Paladin. Mana pool. Both spells. Razzle Frazz. Come on. There we go. Let's see. Actual play. Right. So Babies with Knives, they don't do anything anymore, but they used to highlight different game systems, and they would bring on the game developer to run one-shots for them. They do an interview, they build characters for the one-shot, and then they actually run a one-shot. And so this live play here uses the color mana mechanics here, but more importantly, it was an Eberron adventure that no, hold on, let's go back to root real quick. Book creation, random. This is there's a random adventure book I've been creating for use in to create random adventures in Eberron. And one of the random adventures that I created, Storm of the Frozen Heart. That's not the right one. Hold on. Now, I created a random adventure using the toolkit that I've been building, and they ran a 6th level one-shot with it. And so all the... No, that's not it. Hold on. Give me a second here. I swear I know what I'm talking about. Oh, there, Winter Willow. So this is a town that I created for Winter Willow, and this is a glaciarized volcano, and there's a monk's temple, Temple of the Frozen Heart at the top of it, and this is the switchback trail they could follow to get up there. But there's this monk temple at the top of the mountain. This is all randomly created. So there's this monk temple at the top of this frozen volcano that was created because there used to be an evil fire elemental that powered the volcano, and it would destroy any civilization that tried to develop around here. This is in like the far north polar area of Karnath and Eberron. And so this little fishing village grew up around the volcano once it got glaciarized. The monks stay there to make sure that the volcano doesn't thaw, because it's kind of like Alaska crabbers. It's a crabbing community, so they would they'd fish the frozen seas. So if the volcano thawed, then the town would be destroyed. But basically, the team's invited here. They find out there's a problem. They have to go to the top of the volcano to save the monk, the monastery from being destroyed, thus then destroying the town. And there's a bunch of problems and stuff. But it was just like a completely random Eberron adventure. Like if you like Eberron stuff, It was a lot of fun. None of those guys had ever played in Eberron before, so it was super fun introducing them kind of to an off take of how I like to run Eberron. And if you're interested, it's broken into 2 parts, so it's a good piece of chunk, but it's a lot of fun. Eventually, the crystal the crystal of Mabar adventure that we created was also from that toolkit, because when we were building the toolkit, we kept having more and more examples. It's like, how do you talk about transitioning from combat into exploration, or from exploration into social encounters? Like, how do you oscillate between those different modes of adventure pillars to have a dynamic, to have a dynamic campaign? And instead, we kept having to come up with these examples, like hypotheticals, and then lead you through the hypotheticals. Like, God, this is like a half-page description. Why don't we just fucking make an adventure? And then be able to say, hey, check out page 54. So when you're engaging with Captain Carl and his crew that are trying to patrol this manifest zone, here's how you can transition out of combat into social encounters with these people. And you can see like the different information that they know depending on who you're interviewing, and like different means you can do to force them to get into conversations with you instead of being hostile towards you. So when this publishes, then we can start building the toolkit, and we can bundle them together. So when you reading the toolkit, it was like, check out the adventure on page 35, and you can just flip open the adventure and see where that's at, and you can see how that whole thought process flows through. So both the Crystals of Mabar that we're building here and Storm of the Frozen Heart, those are both examples of the random system generator that we had. So I just thought I'd point that out. Not to mention, everything on DMsGuild right now is on sale because it's Christmas in July. So all that shit's 25% off anyway. So I know, Ked, you're not really into the 5e scene anymore, but people that are still in the 5e Eberron, if you're an MTG enthusiast or you like alternate spellcasting mechanics, the stuff is worth checking out. But it's the one shot that I got to DM. That was a lot of fun. It's not perfect, but it was all very loosely structured, and it was a fuckload of fun to play. So anyway, I'm kind of rambling right now. I'm gonna catch up on notes, and I gotta bounce. Yeah. Sure, whatever. I mean, I'm just talking because it's fun stuff that I've done, and I love Eberron. So Sharn's a fun place, my guy. Yeah. All right, I'm out of here. I gotta bounce. Hey, Fred. Damn it. Gotta go, my guy. Love you guys. Thanks a lot. I'll see you on I'll be back in the morning, and I'll be back in the evening on Monday. So short night tonight. Gotta go.